is a beautiful day here in Virginia, and so I wanted to take the time to come outside and make part 3 of our Meat Rabbit series, which is about the proper feed and what to feed them. So you might see some animals behind me. We have an upper level deck. You see my house over there. We have an upper level deck, and so it's really nice outside today. And rather than being bombarded by chickens when I go down to the rabbit hutches, I thought I would just sit up here so you kind of get the same scene. So there are a few main things you need to learn when it comes to feeding your rabbits. One of the biggest points is that a rabbit's, whether your rabbit is in a cage, pasture raised, or in a colony setting, your rabbit needs to have a good source of hay. Rabbits, unless you have a really large pasture area, rabbits can't live strictly on pasture unless you are really keeping up with it. So they need a good source of hay, not straw, hay. Make sure you can find a good quality hay in your area. There's a lot of farmers who chemically treat their hay, and that's really bad for your rabbits. We've actually almost lost an entire herd one year of rabbits because we got some hay that was chemically treated and we were not told that it was chemically treated. Your next option is a raw food diet for your rabbit, and basically how that works is each rabbit it requires 1 quart of raw vegetables and fruit per day, and that can be in the form of herbs or green leafy like kale. You can also do apples and bananas, papayas. You can do all kinds of things. The things we tend to stay away from are like really watery leafy greens, so like iceberg lettuce and stuff like that, because that can cause diarrhea in your rabbits. You can easily do a raw food diet seasonally. We try to do raw food seasonally, so in spring, summer, and fall when we have our own produce or when we can find it on clearance or on sale at the grocery store. Your third option is pellets, a form of pellets. These are the pellets we give our rabbits. They are, I believe, they're 18% protein. I would have to check on that. But they're basically just alfalfa, and other vitamins and minerals are in there as well. As you can see, I keep it in a big tub, and I keep it underneath of our chicken coop. We've never had any rodents or anything get in there, but you'll need to keep it safe from moisture and rain and any other critters that might want to be in there. Or New Country Organics actually has a feed that has pellets and sunflower seeds and all kinds of different things inside of it, which is another great option for you. And then your final option is just to strictly pasture raise. And if you have a large pasture or backyard, you can definitely do that, but you're still going to need to supplement with hay or pellets in the wintertime, or as your pasture starts dying down. Now please understand that if you are pasture raising, then your animals, your rabbits, will grow much slower than if they are on a raw food diet or if they are on pellets. What we do here when we have a good source of hay, which is very hard to come by, normally if you can purchase equine hay from a very good source, then that's the best way to go for your rabbits. We do Timothy hay or orchard grass. Ours love orchard grass. We tend to stay away from alfalfa because it has so much calcium in it. Now alfalfa is good for nursing moms and those who are pregnant, but we don't give it to our rabbits on a regular basis. So Timothy hay or orchard grass is the way to go. We also do raw food, as I had said, seasonally. We can't do it all year long because quite honestly we can't afford it. So in the summertime when I have produce or when I can catch it for sale, on sale at the grocery store, I'll buy up a lot of it and do it that way. Our local grocery store had herbs and some produce on clearance this weekend. We normally go there because they have a lot of organic stuff, and so they actually had a lot of parsley and cilantro and good looking herbs. I mean, they're really good looking. I mean, they're great. On sale for like 17 cents for a whole huge bag, like a big old bag of these herbs. I'm really excited about that. So every rabbit is getting some. My rabbits love herbs and especially parsley. They love it. So we alternate each day. One day pellets or feed, one day or every day hay when we have it. And then the next day a raw food diet. So raw food, like I said, also it can include herbs, dried or fresh herbs. If you are feeding a all pellet diet, you can certainly overfeed. I do not suggest free feeding, which a lot of people will basically freely give their rabbits however much food they want to eat a day. That can cause health issues and can cause your rabbits to become overweight. And it's just not healthy for them. Is it, Old Blue? So we suggest a cup a day per rabbit, depending on the rabbit size. If the rabbit is larger, then obviously give it more. If you're doing a strictly pellet diet, which a lot of people do for rabbits because they need the protein, then I would love for you to try and break up the monotony for them a little bit. So hay and pellets is really essential for that. So we do the 3 different kinds. We do raw food, pellets, and hay. We alternate each day, and in the summertime we let our backyard grow up and we give them as much grass clippings as they like. Now, if you are just getting into rabbits and you get adult rabbits that are not used to hay or they are not used to a raw food diet, then you're going to need to gradually ease them into that. If you don't gradually ease them into that, then it could create a shock on their body, which could cause diarrhea, and it could also cause instant death and bloat. So that's something to keep in mind as well. We breed specifically for size, conformation, and also for health. And so we have bred a lot of our rabbits to be bred with that already inside of them. So our raw food diet and pasture raised, they already have that instilled in them because mom has that. And she has that during nursing, which gets transferred to them as well. So those are things to consider. Now treats and stuff are a great option. We do give our rabbits black oil sunflower seeds, and honestly, all of our animals here on the homestead get bird seed. I know that sounds a little weird, but I am able to buy huge bags of non-GMO bird seed at our local Costco, and so all of our animals actually get the non-GMO bird seed. It's really heavy in black oil sunflower seeds, so all of our animals, including our rabbits, get that as a treat several times a week. It's not something you want to give them every single day because it is very high in fat, and it can cause your does to have fat around their internal organs, which could cause them not to breed, or it could cause them to miscarry or not carry their babies full term. Now, black oil sunflower seeds are also full of protein, so if you're trying to bulk up your rabbits naturally, before processing day, that's a great alternative rather than filling their bodies full of pellets and overly processed feed. So if you are giving your rabbits pellets, normally I think it is suggested to give about 18% protein pellets, which we do, but I try not to give it to them every single day. And that is pretty much it. We don't have a space for our rabbits to pasture range freely, and we don't even have a space for them to pasture range, period, because we live on a very steep incline, and we have to reseed our yard frequently because of the water runoff every year. And so we have wire and wooden hutches, so hay, pellets, and raw food really work well for us, and I think that they'll work well for a lot of you. If you have any questions, those are the basics for feed. Obviously, treats should be treats. They should not be fed every day or overfed on a regular basis. Pellets, again, should not be overfed either, even if it's the only thing that you're giving. Do not free feed your rabbits because they will eat a lot of food because they get bored sometimes during the day, and so they just eat, kind of like us. I eat when I get bored during the day. Anyhow, I hope that helps you a little bit, and if you have any questions, please ask, and that is part 3 of our rabbit series on what to feed your rabbits.